Hey guys, so I'm just kind of sitting here to do a kind of an intro to an upcoming video, kind of a rundown of what we'll be doing as things progress, and kind of showing you as things progress, and if I can edit properly, you'll kind of see a few things as they're getting done too. So, but don't hold your breath on that because my editing sucks, guys. If you've been watching this for years, you're going to agree with me. I should learn how to edit better though, I know. So first of all, what you see behind me is diapers and a potty, because we're in the midst of potty training. I'll do a whole other video about Michelle at some point. But I just kind of want to get this dealt with first. So our home reno videos series, it's going to be talking about, I got a piece of paper right here because I keep messing up. This is the fourth or fifth time I'm recording this and I keep messing it up. I go to edit and I'm like, no, crap, I forgot something. So this time I have paper. So I will show you a clip of our yard because that's probably going to be getting done relatively soon, parts of it at least. Some of this is going to be relatively soon. Some of it's not going to be all in one video. Like, we're dealing with the yard, it's not going to be in one video, it's going to be in parts of videos. And I will explain as we're going through, but we got to do the yard, the garage, the basement, and just kind of some general, like, uplifting things. So in the yard, we have to do the tree, remove stones, re-level the ground. I need to move my bleeding hearts bush. So the tree, yeah, hang on. Easier to just explain with this clip is, so this tree has got to go. It is encroaching on either side, and we don't have a big yard, as you can see. So it's not the kind of tree that should be in a small yard like ours, so we have to kind of trim it back. We're going to trim it back, and we're going to take it out because also we're pretty sure the roots are going to go close to our neighbor's basement. We don't want that. These stones have to come out. When we restone, I will show you guys, but I'm adding another row there and another row here. But these stones have to come out sooner than later because, as you can see, there is a little hole. We don't know if anything's living underneath anymore, but there used to be something living there. So it's made a tunnel, and you can actually see, it's hard to see in this light, but this stone, these two stones, that stone, so basically these four are now unsafe to even walk on because we don't know how far. We can see below the stones here. We don't know how far, we don't know how deep they are, so we don't know. We don't want to risk safety here. And if we are out there, we are risking safety. Also, we have to get rid of our table and our patio set, not the water table, but the patio set. It is actually, it's a couple of years old, but as you can see, like this one lost its, like the table lost its leg. There is a bunch of cracks in it. Like, wood is not meant to be, we made a poor decision with buying this. Wood is not meant to be dealt with on the outside, especially during Canadian weather. We should have got like a metal one that at least, you can rust proof it. Wood, it doesn't matter even if we didn't cover it, which is a problem, but even if we covered it, it would still, absorb the moisture from the ground as well. So we're not in any rush to get a new patio set because we have to deal with this, but at some point we probably will. We'll see how that goes. So that's about the yard. And I don't remember if I added in the clip, but there's a bleeding hearts bush somewhere, and I'm pretty sure the tree is encroaching on it. If it is still alive, it's going to my mom's place because she has roughly the same lighting as us, partial shade, partial sun, and she's had bleeding hearts bushes before, so I know she knows how to care for it. She has a lot more of a green thumb than I am. So garage and basement are kind of essentially there are parts of it that are very much the same. Right now the garage and basement have appliances in it. We have about 4 appliances that need to go. There's 3 in the basement, 1 in the garage. Because of COVID, we've had a hard time trying to get these out and dealt with. But we're actually getting it done today because we know somebody who has a company, and because we know them, he's actually going to come into our house and take it, likely with Matt's help. And then we also have a screen door we need to put in. Maybe this weekend, maybe next weekend, definitely before winter. Like the stones, we have to deal with the stones before winter because we don't want the ground to freeze and then we can't get them out. We want to try and save most of the stones that we can as well. So then that way I only have to buy 8. Stones aren't cheap, but they're also not expensive. And we're trying to do as much as we can ourselves so we don't have to dish out so much money of a professional to come in. But at some point there might be some things that we have to get a professional in. And yeah, so that's gonna be fun. So there's also in the garage is going to be we have to clear out some stuff. There are some things that we're just gonna put to trash. There's things we're gonna try to put to donation. Kind of depends on the quality. We also have a mouse in our garage. We have two trap versions. We have a live trap that basically we're gonna lure the mouse in. He's gonna take the bait, and then we're gonna take the mouse in the container and we're gonna take it to a field away from our house. Like I said to Matt, like across the street there's another row of houses and behind them is like a giant field, so we're gonna go take it to that field. He wanted to put in like the field behind our house. I'm like, no, it can stay away from our house. Like, he needs to get away from our house. But because of the mouse, we also now have a leak in our garage it's not a leak, it's from trash bags leaking. Because this mouse has been surviving on our trash, which, I mean, I don't really throw out a lot of food, but apparently enough that the mouse is like, yes. So it could be just crumbs, it could be just leaking from like things that melted, like melted or something. I don't know, guys. Like, I don't throw away a lot of food, but on the small amount that I have, I mean, this mouse has kind of survived on it. So because of that leak, we got Javex. So when we get the stuff out, we can just pour Javex and get it cleaned up, hopefully. We just got a trash bin because our other we never had a trash bin in our garage for a while, because during a windstorm it kind of flew away in the ether. And this one we're gonna put our house number on it because the other one didn't, but I also didn't think that somebody would just randomly steal it. But here we are. Someone stole our black box, our black box, which is like our paper recycling box. So we had to get that we can get from the city. No, was it black box or blue box? One of our recycling bins also got stolen, got taken the same windstorm. I don't know if either of them had our house number, but I'm just like, does nobody have their own? You can get the recycling bins for free. Anyways, it's ridiculous. So because of the leak, we have to pour Javex, and it's so gross. Like, I bought rubber gloves because whoever's gonna be cleaning that area cannot touch it because it's just, I call it a biohazard, but it's really not. It's really disgusting. I've tried to spray, like, we have a heavy duty spray Lysol that basically is dealing with mold and leaks, and because we had our trash bin before had a leak from a ripped garbage bag, so we got that issue, so I left it kind of outside and I sprayed it with like Lysol to try and like clean up some of the mold, or like not the mold, well, it could potentially be mold. Anyways, it was gross, and so we're not dealing with that. So we're also gonna get a large trash bin, so then that way when we move, if we don't have a place in our garage or we decide not to put it in a garage, we can actually keep it outside, our trash bins in a giant trash box, if that makes sense. Regardless, it's to avoid any animals, so The basement, so also the garage, we have to declutter a lot of stuff, but some stuff I think is going to end up being in the basement. So on top of that, we have to clean up the basement, which we're probably going to start really more doing once the garage and the backyard are done, because those are more weather sensitive things that kind of need to be done sooner than later because we can't do them in the colder weather. Obviously our garage, because it's not insulated, but also we have to move stuff because her water table I want in the garage over the winter because it's plastic, so I don't want to risk it like breaking or something. We also have things that we want to donate, so there's some things that we're just going to kind of leave aside that's like, okay, this is the donation area, but that's going to be after it's clean, because there's also some stuff in the basement I want to bring up to put that area to get it donated. So depending on when we get that done, we might not donate stuff until spring, and we might end up putting some of the stuff to trash. It's old furniture, like some shelving units that we have that we really aren't using anymore because we've been trying to declutter a lot of our DVDs, Matt's games, books. There's some games that, you know, Matt doesn't, that we have a PS4. We don't know if we have a PS3, but I said to Matt, like, why don't we look at buying them online through the PlayStation Store eventually. So there's that. So we actually we're able to donate a whole bunch of stuff. We're waiting for EB Games to open so we can bring in some of the stuff, so then we can kind of put it to credit to a game Matt wants to buy later. I really don't care about the money back on that one. I mean, if Matt goes in, I'm just going to tell him, like, put the money towards on your account for credit. If I go in, I'm just going to take the money. There's some books that we're slowly decluttering because there's some that we're like, okay, is this on Kobo? Is this not? Because if it's on Kobo, we're just going to donate it. If it's not, then obviously Matt wants to keep it. There are some home sprucing up, I guess. Like, I don't know what to call it. So we do need to have a contractor in because we want to paint. We want to paint the kitchen and the 2 bathrooms. So we need a contractor in because just from steam, there's a little bit of thing on the ceiling in our garage, in our kitchen, and it's from like the Instant Pot because the pressure valve, it's literally right above. So we want to get a contractor, just make sure that's not an issue. There's a couple of other things that a contractor needs to look at, especially in the basement, but we can't get that done until we get the appliances out and at least some space cleared up. Because there's a hole in the basement. We haven't seen a mouse, but Matt thinks it might be from a mouse, so he wants to kind of we want to get a contractor to look at it, to kind of get that fixed, or how to fix it. We need an electrician in at some point, because there is some weird wiring. I'm pointing, but you guys don't know. There is I'm going to say the master plug. But it's not. It's just actually where stuff is plugged in. It seems like the master plug, but that's where like our TV, our internet and stuff like that, it's all plugged into the same area, which is not an issue. It's the plug. So Michelle's kitchen is against it, so we move it out. But if it hits it even slightly, the whole thing shuts off, and then it reboots. It's all because it's not the plug, it's the wiring of the outlet, so we need to get that looked at. There's a couple of other outlets that are just a little weird. We're gonna have to get that looked at, so there's that part. So we're gonna be painting. Eventually we're gonna get a new couch. Eventually what's behind me is all gonna go. Just right now, this is part of our living room barrier, or as we call it, baby retention wall. She can't escape, and it's literally if it's one person, watching, especially if it's one person watching her. I mean, we can't gate our stairs for multiple reasons. One reason is that our stairs are weird, and we can't get a proper gate for it. We couldn't, even if we didn't have, because we have cats, we have to get a certain type of gate. Our cats aren't young. Angel's going to be 15 in October, and I think Penny just turned 10? 8 or 10. She might be 9. Anyways, in that ballpark. She's not young. So we can't expect them to try and jump the gate constantly because there's food is down here. There are litter boxes upstairs. We have a gate at the top of the stairs that has a pet door, but that's fine. But and our stairs are weird, there's nowhere we can actually put it anyways. Even if we, like I said, even if we didn't have cats, we'd have the same issue because of the area. We'd probably figure something out separately if this was a consistent issue. Like maybe yeah. I mean, we've looked at it, but we have cats. I'm not getting rid of my cats. The other thing is that Angel's blind. So ultimately, this is part of the issue that we have to stop prepping to move. Because it's not safe for us to move with him in this situation. And we don't want to stress him out, because if we stress him out, it could actually be detrimental to his health, and he's in good health considering. So, we can't paint yet. Like I said, we have to get a contractor in to kind of look at that. I will show you some before and after of some stuff. The garage, not right now, because again, part of the electrician is also a light in the garage. Our switch doesn't work now, and we've tried changing a light bulb, and we don't know what the hell happened. So, whatever. I will show you different clips of things. As you already saw my yard, I'll probably throw in a clip of the basement. No, that's going to go in another video, because that's not... I'm going to have... Yeah, so this is going to go up before we have the appliances moved. So I wanted to show you before and after about the appliances, but that's not the thing. There are some other home decor things that I'm kind of working on with our house. One of them being Michelle's room. We're going to switch some dressers. Her current dresser, she currently has 2 dressers. We're going to switch it for our 1 dresser, but we got to get that adjusted first. And there's going to be an IKEA visit soon, because we have to get some organization for the kitchen, like mostly for her snacks, honestly. They're in a bin, but they're on the floor, and I kind of want to get them off the floor. I want to kind of get stuff off my floor. So there's going to be an IKEA visit soon for that, and maybe, okay, the cart, we're going to get like this utility cart. I'll explain, you'll see it in another video. And also, I think our filing cabinet that we have in the garage is just, I don't think it's salvageable. I think it's going to be too gross because it's garage. So we're going to kind of look at that soon, because I want to figure that out before I go to IKEA, because there's a lot of paperwork we need to keep. So I might get a new something for paper organizing. You know, like those Alex shelves? I'm thinking about that. But I'm thinking also part of it maybe will be also keeping my makeup. That I haven't worn makeup in a while, guys. I also can't deal with that right now. I need my eyebrows done. It's too hot too, so forget it. I'm not even concerned about my doing makeup until like fall. Till fall. I don't care. Actually, there will be a couple times I will be wearing makeup before fall, but I've actually moved all my makeup from our former spare room because Matt was working. So with pandemic, I needed to clear space out. Now I need to clear space in. But yeah, so that's just kind of an update. Matt does not want to be in these videos, so he did not want to be in this video, but he knows he doesn't have a choice with other ones because he's going to be doing stuff. So there's that. But yeah, so I don't have a title for the series yet. I'll probably have one for the next video, but enjoy. This is going to be fun.